Good afternoon. Please be seated. Welcome to the Pritzker School of Molecular Engineering Diploma and Hooding Ceremony at the University of Chicago's 538th Convocation. Today, we are delighted to welcome PME Master of Engineering and Doctor of Philosophy graduates from summer 2023, autumn 2023, winter 2024, and spring 2024, as well as anticipated Doctor of Philosophy graduates from upcoming summer 2024. We also welcome their many family members and friends. I know we are all excited to celebrate the achievements of our remarkable graduates today. I am Dean Nadya Mason. I joined PME this past October, and I came here because I thought PME was the most exciting school of engineering in the country. After being here for 9 months, I'm more convinced of this than ever. PME exemplifies the impact-driven, out-of-the-box thinking that the University of Chicago is famous for. We focus on thematic, solution-driven research that integrates science and engineering and that is inherently interdisciplinary. We have grown tremendously in the past decade and will continue to grow. I'm confident that we will continue to lead the way in making the next generation of discoveries and solutions that have global impact. And we'll continue to train students who will be the next generation of leaders in science, engineering, and beyond. Speaking of the remarkable PME students, this is my first convocation with the school and the university. As such, I have the distinct honor of also presenting the keynote today. So let me start this by again congratulating PME's class of 2024. We are all so proud of you and excited for you as you transition to the next stages of your lives. Congratulations also to the people who helped get you here, your loving families, understanding partners, and supportive friends. I want to especially recognize the incredible PME faculty and staff who have taught and mentored you over many years. For all of you graduates, you now have engineering degrees, and that means something unique and significant. It means that you know how to use math, science, and technology to solve problems relevant to the physical world. Some of you may be quantum engineers, others immunoengineers, materials engineers, or generally molecular engineers. And all of you are now equipped to have a positive impact on the world. You can address humanity's grand global challenges in climate, energy, medicine, and more. You can invent, design, maintain, and understand systems relevant to our bodies and our lives. You are trained to solve hard problems. Now, I want to focus on the word hard and take this opportunity to expand upon the value of doing things that are difficult. It's worth taking a minute to pause and think about what it took to get your degree in molecular engineering. And believe me, I have heard the reputation. It's not easy. It's a big achievement made bigger because I know it wasn't easy. So how many of you have spent more than, say, 5 hours working on a single problem set? Yeah, I think we can all do that too. Okay, how many have spent more than 3 years working on a single project? Yeah, I think all of the PhDs should probably be raising their hand, right? I myself spent a disproportionate amount of time, even as an undergraduate, doing problem sets in the physics library. My children tease me about the fact that this is now my most prominent college memory. I recall once leaving the library at 2 a.m. on a Monday night, finishing a problem set, of course, and passing by a dorm where there's a big lit-up window. And inside, I could see a whole bunch of people gathered and playing pool, hanging out. And I admit, there was a moment when I thought, what am I doing? Why am I making my life hard with this physics and all these problem sets and labs when I could be playing pool or even sleeping? But the moment passed, and it turned into something better. It made me think about why I was working hard and about my love of understanding the physical world, about my goal of trying to make the world just even a little bit better for everyone. I thought of the satisfaction I felt from understanding and creating and achieving, and it was clear that doing this hard thing was worth it. Now, to be clear, I don't think that everything we do has to require effort and pain or difficulty. There are many things worth doing that are nice and easy. Lying on the beach, binge watching Game of Thrones, listening to birds or music, or just relaxing and enjoying people and taking joy in the world around us. Even in science, one of my favorite physical principles is following the path of least resistance. The principle of least effort, true for electrical circuits and any potential well. We do need some low energy time. But if you want to build something, if you want to create knowledge or capabilities, you have to push that ball up the hill. You have to do the work, hard work. In research, we have to discover something new and add knowledge to the world. We have to push our brains and capabilities. It can be a struggle. I struggled in graduate school, especially right in the middle when none of my devices were working and I had no data, and I thought maybe I'd never get data, and I'd just have to leave after 5 years with a blank lab notebook. But of course, I kept working, I pushed through, I kept thinking, I kept trying new techniques and ideas, and eventually I did get my data and degree and graduate, and here I am today. As I now tell my students, if the research were easy, it probably would have been done already. I still struggle sometimes, even as a faculty member, even as a dean, even writing this speech. But it's easier now because the difficulties I've faced have made me more resilient today. As the Roman philosopher Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. So you can think of it as making part of our brains grow. We become less afraid of challenges, more eager to solve gnarly problems, more experienced in the engineering approach of taking things apart, figuring them out, and putting them back together again the right way. There's great satisfaction in doing hard things. It makes you appreciate the end result more because you end up with deeper knowledge and experience, and you can and should be proud of yourself. And I want to emphasize that this satisfaction is not necessarily about success or failure, because sometimes we fail and sometimes we succeed, and that's okay. What truly matters is that we're willing to go through the process. Now, I hate to be an anti-Yoda, but I believe that there is a try. It's okay to try and even fail at something hard. That's part of the learning process and a key way to build towards success. But you definitely won't get anywhere if you don't try. Further, there's no one way to approach challenges. You can be imaginative and creative, or sometimes you can just rely on brute force calculations. You can do things your own way, at your own pace, as long as you keep moving forward. And of course, the value of doing things that are difficult extends beyond personal growth. It's through our collective efforts to tackle major challenges that we drive progress and affect change in our communities and in the world at large. We live in a world with hard problems. Sometimes the solutions seem too challenging. We have to change people's minds or address long-standing geopolitical conflicts. We must combat social injustice, climate change, and disease. It can feel like a lot. I encourage you to attack these difficulties as you would a challenging engineering problem. Break them down and begin working on each piece, each part. The work is demanding, but by earning your degree here, it's clear you've learned how to do hard things, demanding things. And through this, you've learned how to make the world better. As you embark on this new chapter of your lives, I urge you to continue to embrace the difficult with open arms. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead, not as obstacles to be avoided, but as opportunities to grow, to learn, to thrive, and to have impact. Approach each challenge with courage, with resilience, and with a strong belief in your own capabilities. Keep trying and enjoy the process. You've trained for this. You can make the difference, and the world needs you. Congratulations again. So I now invite Professor Jeffrey Hubble and Master of Engineering Program Director Terry Johnson to step forward to award diplomas to graduates.
The students that now present have attained scholarly distinction in advanced studies. On behalf of the Pritzker School of Molecular Engineering, I have the honor to present the academic year 2023-2024 recipients of the degree of Master of Engineering as conferred by the Board of Trustees. Program Director Terry Johnson will present the diplomas. Sarah Ariya. Christopher Basile. Inji Bayamichli. Peter Jean Deckerman. Monica Duran Juarez. William Hansen. James Michael Kernan. Jasmine Elizabeth Lufiza. Alex Sarinen. Rachel Rathnama Lee Sones. Bogos Chaknakjian. Luke Alfred Teasley. Okay, never mind. Luke is quite important. We'll just hold on. There we go. Thomas Chichun Tran. Panagiotis Sampas. Wonderful. Thank you, Director Johnson. On behalf of the faculty of the Pritzker School of Molecular Engineering, I have the honor to present the academic year 2023-2024 recipients of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy as conferred by the Board of Trustees. The students now present have attained scholarly distinction in advanced studies and have prepared a dissertation that contributes to knowledge in a particular field of research. I now present the recipients of the Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular Engineering. Diplomas will be presented by the student's advisor or advisors and the advisor's proxy. So I invite Professor Juan de Pablo to step forward and hood the diploma to his advisees. Ching Tung Dung, molecular simulation of ion-containing soft materials for sustainability applications. Degree conferred in the quarter of autumn 2023. Viviana Palacio Betancourt. Dissertation is entitled Computational Techniques for Investigating Pneumatic Liquid Crystals, Chirality, Confinement, and Colloidal Self-Assembly, Summer 2023. Thank you, Professor de Pablo. I invite Professor Aaron Esser Khan to step forward and present the diploma to his advisees. Jeremiah Yunsung Kim, Making Every Vaccine Better, Discovery and Development of Vaccine Immunomodulators, Spring 2024. Matthew Glynn Rosenberger, Identifying and Engineering Immunomodulators to Control Vaccine Adjuvanticity, Winter 2024. Thank you, Professor Aaron Esser Khan. I invite Dean Mason to the podium.
Okay. I invite Professor Jeffrey Hubble to hood and present the diploma to his advisees. Eric Budina, Dissertation Engineering Approaches for the Treatment of Neuroinflammation, Degree Conferral Winter 2024. Joseph William Rada, Dissertation, Recombinant Fusions of Antigen with Mediators of Efferocytosis Modulate Antigen-Specific Immune Responses. Degree Conferral Quarter, Winter 2024. Anna Slezak, Dissertation, Therapeutic Cancer Vaccination via Thiol-Mediated Adjuvant Delivery. Degree Conferral, Spring 2024. Thank you, Professor Hubble. I invite you back to the podium.
Dean Mason will now hood and present the diploma on behalf of Dr. Amin Khalil. Alvin Chenju Dai, Next Generation Cathode Materials for High Voltage Applications, Spring 2024. Dean Mason will now hood and present the diploma on behalf of Professor Boji Tian. Zufan Ye, First Principle Studies of Water at Semiconductor Interfaces, Autumn 2023. Thank you, Dean Mason. I invite Professors Juan Mendoza and Juan de Pablo to step forward and hood and present the diploma to their co-advisee. William Sanders Gruby, Solution Analysis of Interferon Lambda 4 Receptor Complex using Cryo-EM Enabled Protein Engineering and Molecular Simulation, Spring 2024. Wonderful. Thank you, Professors Mendoza and De Pablo. So I invite Shrayesh Patel and Stuart Rowan, Professors Patel and Rowan, to step forward and who to present the diploma to their joint advisee. Hongji Zhang, Synthesis and Electrochemical Applications of Organodisulfide Redox Active Particles, Summer 2024. I hope you got that on video. Thank you, Professors Patel and Rowan. Well, I actually invite Professor Rowan, here we go, to stay here, and hood and present the diploma to his advisee, Nicholas Mackey, Development of Modified Cellulose Nanocrystals as Additives for Sustainable Components, Summer 2024. Thank you, Professor Rowan. Invite Professor Melody Swartz to step forward and who to present the diploma to her advisee. Trevin Robert Kirtanich, Manipulating the VEGF-C, VEGF-R3 axis to modulate vaccine outcomes and anti-tumor immunity, Autumn 2023. Thank you, Professor Swartz. I invite Professor Matthew Terrell to step forward and hood and present the diploma to his advisee. Caden Cole Stevens, The Effect of Polyelectrolyte Architecture on Polyelectrolyte Complexation, Summer 2023. I now invite Dr. Jeffrey Elam to jointly hood and present the diploma to his advisee with Professor Terrell. Vipa Rozyev, Atomically Engineered Surfaces via Atomic Layer Deposition and Vapor Phase Grafting, Water Treatment Applications, Spring 2024. Thank you, Professor Terrell and Dr. Elam. So I invite Professor Xiaoyang Wu to step forward and who to present the diploma to his advisee. Lifeng Chung, Interperitoneal Administration of PLGA Lipid Nanoparticles for Treatment of Colorectal Cancer Peritoneal Metastasis, Spring 2024. I'll now present the recipients of the Doctor of Philosophy in Quantum Science and Engineering. Diplomas will be presented by the student advisors or the advisor's proxy. I invite Professor Liang Jiang to step forward to hood and present the diploma to his advisee. Qian Xu, Towards Practical Fault-Tolerant Quantum Computing, Spring 2024. Thank you, Professor Jiang. I now invite Dean Nadya Mason to hood and present the diploma on behalf of Andrew Cleland to his advisee. Haosheng Yin, Quantum Networking with Superconducting Qubits, Summer 2024. Got to get an iPhone. Dean Mason will now hood and present the diploma on behalf of Julia Gali to her advisee. Yiji Zhu, First Principle Investigation of Spin Defects in Silicon Carbide for Quantum Information Technologies, Spring 2024. Dean Mason will now hood and present the diploma on behalf of Alex Hai to his advisee. Xinghan Guo, single crystal diamond membrane for quantum technologies, spring 2024. Thank you, Dean Mason. I now invite you back to the podium.
Thank you, tag team. Before we end the program, I want to heartily congratulate our graduates and wish them well as they embark on this new chapter of their lives. Let's give them all one more round of applause. To our graduates, your university graduation is a unique and important milestone in your lives. I hope, as I know do your professors, that you will remain connected to PME, that you will come back to share with us both your challenges and your successes, and to support future students who stand where you stand now, will stand where you stand now. The best is yet to come. We look forward to hearing about your many triumphs. Congratulations. This concludes the formal part of UChicago Pritzker School of Molecular Engineering Spring 2024 Diploma and Hooding Ceremony. Please join us shortly for a reception in the adjacent space. Thank you. Faculty and graduates, please rise.